Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Greybanks here. How are you all feeling today? You okay? I'm just having a little sit in my garden, and I was sitting here and I was thinking, oh, do you know, I'd love to do some painting. I feel like doing a bit of painting because I'm feeling a bit bored and a bit fed up. When you can do something like painting or drawing, it just makes you feel a little bit better, doesn't it? But I've got one problem. I've only got one paintbrush, and Morgan, my daughter, is using that paintbrush at the minute. So I've got to find a way of making a paintbrush. Did you know you can make yourself a paintbrush? I'm going to show you how you can make yourself some paintbrushes, okay? So I'm looking in my garden and I'm looking around and thinking, oh, I could use that as a paintbrush. Shall we go and see what we can use? I'm going to pause my video so I can turn my camera around. You might hear some workmen shouting because next door are having some work done. So if you hear the workmen or some tools, that's what it is, okay? So look at this here. Can you see this? This is a herb. This is called thyme. I'm going to snip off some of that thyme because I think that would make a lovely paintbrush. So I've got my scissors here and I'm going to do a couple of snips. I've got a bowl to put it in my bowl as well. Let's put that in. Oh, haven't got the camera in the right place. Can you see? There we go. So I've got some of that. Let's see what else I can find. Over here I've got my old Christmas tree. I wonder if I could cut some of the Christmas tree off to use. This would make a nice paintbrush. So I think I'm going to snip off that little edge there. So I've got some thyme and I've got a piece of Christmas tree in there. Let's see what else we can find. Remember the other day when I told you I'd done some pruning? Well, this is what I chopped off, this branch off one of my shrubs. So I'm going to pick off some of these leaves, okay? And I'm going to use those to do some painting as well, okay? Let's get that one as well. Put that in my bowl. I'm enjoying this. And I've just spied this as well, look. Can you see this? It's a bit dead. And I've got to snip it off to prune it ready for new buds to grow. So I'm going to cut that off as well and see if I can use that as a paintbrush. So I'm just going to cut it there. Ooh, there we go. Right, so there are all our things. I've got some leaves, I've got some thyme, and I've got that's an old flower off one of my other shrubs, and I've got a piece of Christmas tree. So let's go inside and see if I can find anything else from inside the house. So I'm back in the house now, and I also found some string. Look, I used this the other day for threading, but I can use that as a paintbrush as well. And ribbon. Found the ribbon that I used the other day. So I've got all my things here. I've got my string, I've got my ribbon, I've got that I've cut off my tree that used to be a lovely purple flower. I've got some leaves, and I've got this off my Christmas tree, and I've got some herbs. This is called thyme, okay? The next thing you need is some pegs, okay? So this is where it's good for your pinchy fingers because you've got to squeeze those pegs together. So all you do is you squeeze the peg like this, and there you've made a paintbrush, okay? So there's one. Get another peg for this one. There we go. There's another paintbrush. Let's bunch all my thyme up together like this, look. Okay. Just bunch it. It smells lovely as well. Smells lovely. So I've got my thyme there bunched up together in my peg. And my leaves. I'm going to bunch my leaves up together. Another peg for my leaves. And my string. Do you know what? I'm just going to bunch it like that. You can decide how you do it. Doesn't matter how you do it. And then put my peg around it like that. And the same with my ribbon. I'm just going to bunch it all together like this. Wonder what pattern it's going to make on my paper. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is going to be like. There's my another peg on there like that. Okay, so I've just got 2 of these Chinese containers if you have a takeaway, and you keep these. And I've got some paint, and I'm going to put some yellow paint in this one, and I'm going to put some blue paint in this one. Okay, now if you haven't got any paint, you could use some food colouring. You could put some food colouring. You can actually mix flour with water and food colouring, and that's how you make your own paint. Okay, if you want watercolour, you can just put the food colouring into the water, so it's like watery. So there's 2 ways there you can do it. That's my little dog barking because there's somebody outside. And I've got my paper. Okay, right, I'm going to hold my camera up. I'm going to hold it just 1 second. Okay, so I've turned my camera around so that you can see what I'm doing now. And I'm going to start with this one. Okay, I'm going to dip it in to the paint like that. And then I'm going to, look at that pattern. Wow. That's good, isn't it? Look at that. Doesn't have to be anything in particular when you're painting. You don't have to draw a house or a cat or a dog. You can just put your paint on the paper. It doesn't have to be anything. It could be just a pattern. I'm going to see what my Christmas tree does now. My Christmas tree leaf. I'm going to dip it in, and I'm going to print. Look, can you see the pattern? So it zigzags. Look. Wow. And you could even, if I hold it in that way and see if I can draw. Can you see? Wow, I like this. This is good. Which one shall I use now? Which one shall I choose? Shall I choose the string? I'm going to try the blue. I'm going to put the string in the blue, and then I'm going to do some printing with the blue. Look at that. Wow, I do like this effect. And I've drawn a wiggly line there, look. I'm going to try the ribbon now. So here's the ribbon. I'm going to go with the yellow with the ribbon. And then I'm going to paint on my page. I think I need some more room. Let me move those back a little bit. There we go, look at that. Oh, look what's happening now. I've gone over the yellow and the blue together. Look what's happening. What's happened? I'm colour mixing. And I've made it change. It's starting to look a bit green, isn't it? So blue and yellow makes green. Let's put some more yellow on these leaves, look. Oh, one of them's fallen off. Never mind, it'll still work. Whoops. We'll just use that one, look, because the others have fallen off. And you can use it like a brush, or you can print. So I could take the peg off, put the leaf in the paint, and then I can do a print, look. Can you see? Wow, I love it. Can you remember what the other one was that I did? There's one more brush that we haven't used yet. This one, can anybody remember what it was called? It's called Thyme. It's called Thyme. I wish you could smell it, boys and girls, because it smells lovely. So I've dipping that in my blue, and I'm going to just do some splodges, look. And I'm going to have a mix. Look at that. That's a really lovely pattern. I do like this pattern, how it's turned out. I wonder what else you could do. I wonder what else you could find in your house or your garden that you could use to make a paintbrush. Perhaps you've got an old sponge that you don't use. You know those things you use in the shower, like a shower puff? They're good to dip in paint and paint with as well. And you know what I've just spied in my peg basket? Look at this. This is what I put in my washing to stop the colours running. You could even dip that in the paint and do a pattern with that as well. And if you can put the peg around it, just going to put my peg around it to show you like that, and use that as a paintbrush, or you can just use your fingers and put it straight in. And if you haven't got paint or food colouring, another good activity is just to use water, because when it's dry outside, you can't do this when it's wet outside because it won't work. But sorry, when it's dry outside, if you paint on the floor with water, it gives the same effect. And then when the sun comes out, the sun dries it all up, and then you can start again. You can make something else. So that's really good, isn't it? Well, I hope you are able to have a go at this activity, and you can let us know how you get on and what you do. It's very nice and calming, lovely calming activity, and it has made me feel a bit better because I was feeling a bit bored and a bit sad. But now I've done this lovely picture and I'm quite proud of it, and I think you will be proud of yours too, and I would be proud of yours. I'd love to see them. So have fun experimenting with things that you can find to make your pictures. Okay, stay safe, stay happy, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.